talk about Me Too and brother Tavis Smiley. Let's talk about black men and how we can afford to eat where we shit. Let's talk about that.
You can't be
The
serious.
firm takes allegations of sexual harassment very seriously. So let me ask you again. Did you have a sexual relationship with Antonia Ruiz?
Just go a lot faster if you just answer the questions.
Yes, technically.
And did you or did you not ask Miss Ruiz to not tell anyone of said relationship?
Yes, but this whole situation is being misinterpreted. Listen, she asked me to get a drink to celebrate her new job at Gallagher Wilmore. Or did she not tell you about that?
No, I'm not aware of any new job.
Either way, Miss Ruiz's future plans have nothing to do with the fact that she worked here when the incident occurred. And this is not your first relationship with a subordinate.
What do you mean?
Savannah Davis.
Okay, no. Savvy and I are completely different. We did everything right. We came to you.
Not initially, you didn't.
The fact remains you were Miss Davis's superior as well. There is at least the appearance of a pattern, and the firm has to protect itself.
And I think as a partner, you understand that.
We'll of course have to document this incident, and we'll need you to complete an 8-hour seminar on the firm's sexual harassment policies.
Well, do I get a chance to even defend myself?
You could submit a statement.
These things aren't worth the fight, Don. Just take the seminar and let's all move on, okay?
Can I go now?
So, in regards to brother Tavis, I realized after he did the initial interview slash no when he spoke to directly to the camera, and he said that he didn't do it. My interpretation from that point was like, yo, I smashed a couple chicks, but I ain't raped nobody. That's what I got from day one. I even said that to a female friend who ain't with the Me Too shits on Facebook, and she was like, how do you know that he was having relationships? I'm like, nah, the way he responded, the way he worded it, it was clear that he was not telling the whole story in his initial response to the allegations. And then, like a couple days later, he comes out and he says, "Yeah, there was some consensual relationships and whatnot." And obviously, we know that happens, right? We know that there's these inter office relationships. You've all seen it. I remember in high school, I seen shit. I worked at Save a lot. The head cashier, the head stock or key holder, I want to call him. He left his wife and kids for the head cashier. But that happened like after I went to college, like that summer. They did that. Then one of the meat dude, pause. He was like, I used to wonder why dudes used to be so miserable and stuff. Like he was, because he wasn't salary like everybody else. This is me back then in high school making 515, 535, whatever. Thinking like, damn, you gotta be making bread. You make more than the actual managers because you're not salary like they are on first of the month, first and 15. But one day he showed us our check. He was killing that man in child support. We was bringing home more money than that man. But he ended up hooking up with another head cashier, cheating on his girl who used to come in the store shop all the time with her kid that was not his. It was just mad awkward. I come in the break room and they kissing and shit. Like, that shit was just weird. These inner office situations. But they all happen, and sometimes they turn into relationships. Those situations end up turning into relationships. But they weren't subordinates of the men. And I hear a lot of people, even Dr. Boyce Walkers, he did like 100 videos on this topic. And there's, like I said, a couple females that I know who aren't with the Me Too shits. And they were kind of defending Tavis. And I'm like, yeah, I deny the allegations without addressing the evidence. You got to put this shit in proper context, because yes, they're equating his situation with the Harvey Weinsteins and all those other cats when he ain't harassed nobody. But just we in that space right now, that PC era, and corporations don't care if you did it or not. It's just, if the conduct does not look conducive to the company, it looks bad to the stockholders. If women start complaining and boycotting and bitching, they're not trying to deal with all that. It doesn't matter. And that's why I say black men can afford to be shitting where to eat. And even Boyce, he talked about how he dated one of his managers or something like that before and stuff like that. I'm like, and it turned out whatever for you, and she didn't go crazy after she quit or you fired her or whatever. But in this climate, you can't risk that. That's the whole point of this video. And yes, these relationships happen, stuff like that, but we gotta be honest. Tavis wasn't doing this to get married or wife these chicks up. He was running through his subordinates left and right. Now again, he didn't have a policy within his companies to say no. The situation was set up where he said that if there was any kind of inappropriate contact, they could have went to the HR and stuff like that that wasn't under his control. None of that happened, right? So apparently he produces his own show, and whoever he was sharing the show with, PBS, they got information and they just ran with it. They didn't even, as you watch the interview, you already know what happened. They didn't even try to, bring him in on it or anything like that. They just did what they had to do and was like, all right, whatever, we're cutting you off. And it's just that simple. It's your word against his. He don't even know who the accusers are. The fact that he can't name, like, I get what he's doing, but the fact that he don't know who it could be means, like, he must have been running through his subordinates left and right. And you already know the man is not soft. He's not a pushover like a lot of these other black men on TV, in the media. Like all them brothers who was coming at Kim when he was talking sideways to that reporter. He's not that guy at all. So he's definitely confident. He's forceful. I said too, because I was watching, I know a lot of black people because they're team Black Santa, aka Obama, and Tavis and Cornell were probably the only two handful of public figures that were, Farrakhan was, but I think Farrakhan understands black people, so he didn't tote the line, but he just understands the emotionalism and the silliness of black people, so he didn't got for coming at Obama that way. But Tavis Smiley and Cornel West absolutely did, to the point where it seems like the black community abandoned both of them over telling the truth about Obama, right? And I said that Cornel West gotta watch out because I think Obama setting this man up, and he might be next. Cornel West might catch a Me Too case too, because Obama coming back for that revenge. But I was just reading the comment, I don't know if it was a Root or News One, and it was about Cornel West beef with Ta-Nehisi Coates. And some sister in the comment section talking about, at least Obama ain't never had no sexual allegations like Travis. I'm like, this shit was about Cornel West and Ta-Nehisi Coates, and you bringing up Tavis Smiley. So clearly, there's a lot of folks that want to see Travis go down because he came at Barry, aka the Black Santa. And I said that Cornel West gotta watch out too. He out there throwing ethers at Ta-Nehisi Coates. I'm like, you better chill, man. Obama ain't forget yet. But yeah, I'm gonna give you two more examples of black men not shitting where to eat. These are personal situations that happen to not me, because I learned from the first example I'm gonna probably show you, and then the second example is actually recent, and it's just a case of black men shitting where they eat. Like, you can't afford to do that. We can't do that. Put it that way. Those days are over. I don't even understand why people want to date somebody they work with or work, especially somebody work under them. That's just mad awkward. I don't even want like dating chicks in my neighborhood, let alone in my gym. Even though having a chick that can work out with you and all that's cool too, but it's like if something happens, y'all don't work out, I'm not quitting my gym. I know a chick that stopped coming to my gym because her dude was a trainer, but he wasn't even, like, that wasn't his gym that he trained out of. He just had clients that lived in that area, and she lived right across the street, and she wouldn't go to that gym anymore because they broke up, and she didn't want to see him with his new girl and all this stuff. I'm like, I can't deal with all that. But yeah, black men, we can't afford to shit what we eat. That's not for us. Let them other dudes do that. That ain't for us though. Especially when you got a little bit of power and you got a little bit of, you know what I mean, something going for yourself. That's an easy way to get that taken from under you. And it clearly looks like that's an example of Tavis Smiley. I don't think he was rapey, or, none of these other, doing what these other cats are doing. He's the only one that really fighting what happened. Russell Simmons stepped down from his own company. Possibilities are there with him, but Travis is the only one really coming out swinging like, yo, yeah, and he was honest. Yeah, I smashed a few, but I did not abuse my power or my authority. But the media and feminists and women are trying to make the argument, if you are in a position of authority, you can't. And that's what she was saying to him right now. Some people say, and he's like, well, some people don't say that. I say, it doesn't matter. You dealing with corporate America, they're gonna go with the win no matter what. You're a black man, powerful, strong, intelligent, all those things. You're not winning this argument at all. And that's a lesson we gotta learn from that. We gotta learn from Tavis and understand, like, yo, don't eat where you shit. I know one of my boys, white dude I grew up with, real socially awkward dude, like real into the church. He worked for like a cleaning company, real big name, and he met a girl through work, and he's like weird and picky and awkward like that. And like a month after they started, I guess they were gonna make it official. This man, the company changed their mind and said there's no fraternizing. So, like, a month or so of dating this chick and trying to make it serious, then out of nowhere the company said no fraternizing. He stopped because he's one of those dudes who's by the book and by the code and all that. But he just stopped. And that company felt like, we don't want these problems here. Somebody had to have something happen, and they ended that. But that's my video. That's that part of the video. I'm gonna probably give you 2 examples though of black men who really effed up their situation. Shit would eat. One was more severe than the other, but it was just like, I learned from the one example, and then the second example, I know it was that deep. I ain't know dude was getting down like that, but we're gonna talk about that in a second. All right, so the first example, this happened years ago. I was talking to a dude I went to high school with, and he had he been to the military 4 years or whatever out of high school, and he was in Virginia. I guess his brother was down there. His brother was about to get married. His mom was sick. She was living down there, and I guess he went there too because she was sick. I guess he was supposed to come down there to get her out of the brother house so he can do his thing with his wife or whatever. House was crowded or whatever. He decided to move out. He had a job, I guess, doing telemarketing or whatever. He ain't been there but months. He moved out, take his mom with him to give his brother some space. Long story short, his brother ended up getting a big ass house, and the wife left him before the first year of the marriage. But his brother and his mom moved out though. Before that, that was just the funny thing. Not funny, but messed up. But he told me he was talking, and he was just venting to me about all the dirt he'd been doing in his life and how many chicks we went to high school with that he was smashing that were married. Like, he was just having one of those, talking to me like I was fucking over or some shit. But he was voicing all those things, and I guess he had just got there, and I don't know what it is about women in the South or men, they be trying to hook their kids up. But he started working at the telemarketing spot. He's talking like, yo, you know, this New York dude in the South, that's just, you already know how that goes. And he's doing well, I guess. He's breaking records, he's getting all these bonuses and whatnot, kicking butt. Out of nowhere, one of these not black managers, but she was one of the ladies that been in the company so long that she had low input. She wasn't in charge or nothing like that, but she was just there so long. For some reason, she started trying to hook him up with her daughter. Mind you, he's in a telemarketing space that's full of chicks, right? Like, so it's like that wasn't an issue for him at all. But he let that lady hook him up. Now, this is the thing. He wasn't even dating somebody that worked with him. He was dating not kind of a superior's. I don't know if it was her daughter or niece. I forget. Anything. Anyway, she hit him with the, I'm the church girl, this and that. Standard. He smashed the first week. Something happens here and there. Something happens there and there. And then they break up. This man get back to work Monday. Old lady looking at him funny. Lo and behold, by that Friday, he was done. And that was a bad situation for him because he just got back on his feet. He just, got money to get his own spot. He put his mom up, and he was jobless. The old lady, I don't know what she did. She went to one of the actual people who are in charge and either lied on him or something. She got the man fired, though. But that was all because he decided to eat where he should. Again, he didn't even date somebody that he worked with. He dated one of their relatives. and he got fired. That's crazy. Another example happened just recently. It was a big controversy at my gym. One of the trainers, black man. I was gonna talk about him in a different context, and I don't think that context is gonna happen anymore because of what he did. But I didn't know that he was smashing his clients. I guess it was big rumors around the gym. You know, this is black dude got 90% of his clientele are white women, and I'm saying they are dedicated, loyal, been with him for years. I've been off and on at this gym over 10 years. He's got clients that's that long, like since he started. And I know a couple of them that he did date, but I was under the impression that he wasn't doing that because he would post status like he was kind of a cocky dude, right? He was like, yeah, I went for an interview with this chick just to be her, take on a new client, and she just did all that just to try to holler at me and stuff like that. And people were in the comment section like, oh, don't mix business with pleasure, blah, blah, blah. He was like, nah, I'm good. So I was under the impression that he wasn't doing that. Like, I didn't know he was smashing his clients, right? And lo and behold, he gets a newer client, and I'm trying to do the math because I'm like, he's dating this other Becky, and he's on Instagram now because I followed his gym, his workout, stuff like that, and he's shouting out another chick that he got pregnant, who also was one of his clients. So I'm doing the math, like, so he was dating her, got this other client pregnant. This man wilding out. And then there were other things that happened, but I guess him and the Becky broke up. She came in the gym at like 5 in the morning. I guess they shared a phone plan. She wanted to take the phone back. Altercation happened. You already know what it was. This chick was on the Facebook talking about, I ain't looking for no attention, but, you know, they had a little scuffle in the parking lot. Unfortunately, the cameras were down on his part. It still didn't look good because I'm looking at everybody. A lot of people didn't like the man in the gym, right? And I already know it was like, big black dude, got all these Becky clients. A lot of dudes didn't like that off the bat. Mind you, it was a gym full of cops and firefighters, shit like that. Majority white people. So I already know, like, he would post some of the stuff that people would say and do sideways when he's training his clients over the years. So off the bat, you already know people don't even think, already don't even like that, right? But the funny part is another black dude went off on him and just went crazy. Because I guess he did other things, like he did shows with people and they didn't get paid or they didn't split the money. Another YouTuber, I might play a clip of what he said about him. I mean, not a YouTuber, but another trainer. He went on, he didn't say his name, but he just went on YouTube and did a video blasting them, talking about, I don't want to go out with my clients after work. I don't want to drink with them, blah, blah, blah. Like he was just saying he was like an insult to the industry. But this man, because of that situation happened at the gym, he ended up getting kicked out. This is a guy, and this is the dude who brought, I would say, 60% of the females in the gym there. Most of them were his clients at one point in their career. He brought most of them there, and he got kicked out. Now, fortunately enough, he had his own spot too. He had another facility of his own, so you can say it didn't hurt him because he had his own space to bounce back. I guess some clients did leave him, some didn't. He had some that are dedicated. I look on the gram, I still see them working out with him. But this dude was eating where he should, and it backfired major because it made a lot of people come out and just come at him. Like, I was watching after the first day it happened, I'm watching all these people commenting on Facebook and people talking shit, and I'm like, yeah, this man can't come back to the gym. Like, all these people going in, they're not letting him come back. I see all his pictures of the clients that he had taken off the wall, the equipment and stuff that was his, a lot of it was gone. I'm like, damn. I knew he wasn't coming back though after that first day. Just looking at how it festered online, and I'm in a gym now, everybody's cracking jokes. They're making fun of his program, no cardio, this and that, and I'm like, damn. And it's like that Becky, she seemed to be like, a lot of people took her side, even though they made fun of her too because she's on Facebook with the, you know, the Becky tears. But it was just like, yo, that was on that man right there, yo. Despite what it looked like, despite her overreacting about what happened, allegedly, according to the contractor who's outside working, saying that she had him in the headlock. It's a big ass dude too, you know, about my height but skinnier, and it's just not a good look though. the camera on the inside shows when she took the phone out of his hand running away. He went after her, tried to stop her from leaving, tried to get the phone back, yada yada yada. But I'm saying all that happened at work, and that was the problem. It was like, it was not his job. He would train out of the gym for free, but the clients had to have a membership. So it wasn't like it was his employee, but it happened at a place of work. And a lot of the members in the morning complained about that. They don't want to see that. Now, ironically, there's been a whole bunch of other drama. You already know the gym, how the gym's be, and it's like every other space, like YouTube, is a bunch of pettiness, corniness, a lot of backbiting and stuff like that. So I don't mess with nobody there. But his situation got blown out of proportion. A lot of people took it to the next level. Can you say race was an issue? Possibly. But two of the people who carried on the torch of him getting kicked out and discrediting him as a trainer were black people. So it is what it is. But I say all that to say, that motherfucker was eating where he shit. And he brought it upon himself. Like, you can't be a trainer. Like, that's the biggest cliche. You cannot be a trainer and smashing your clients. These chicks are in vulnerable positions. They send you pictures of themselves in different spaces. Some of them you dated. And the funny thing that I saw was one of the clients that I know that he did date a long time ago. Like, they're like best friends. And then she got married, and he's training her husband at one point. Like, he left the dude that did the YouTube video to go work out with him because she was his longtime client. And the crazy thing was, he's up here hating on this dude's program and his clients and stuff like that. And I'm like, dude. And his wife is on her page defending him. I'm like, yo, this man can hit you with the Ray J. I hit it first. You might not want to participate in this conversation. Like, he up there trashing his protege or whatever client and trashing his program or whatever and saying, oh, his new gym is not doing that well. And I'm like, dude, you might not want to be in this dialogue because we all know he used to mess with your wife before you. But it is what it is. Between those situations, it's like we know we can't do what they do. And we got a lot more to lose when we get caught doing it. It's just that simple. That's my video. Black men, we can't afford to shit where we eat. It's not for us. Let them do that shit.
I wanted to talk about a topic that's a little bit more serious, and that's trainer etiquette. I spent a lot of years in this profession, and it's a tough profession because of the stereotypes that come along with being a personal trainer. I put a lot of years in education and blood, sweat, and tears into this to try to be the best trainer that I can be and provide the best service. You know, staying up on the latest research, webinars, certifications, researching, reading, trying to just stay up with the latest, just trying to get my clients the best information as possible when it comes to achieving their goals. And I do not use my title as a personal trainer or a fitness coach as a way to attract dates, nor do I want to date my clientele. I am married with kids, and I am happy, and I think that's what actually gives me the ability to focus 100% on just helping people and researching the latest and implementing the latest information in this field. When it comes to working with clients, our goal is not only to help them physically, but also mentally. You want to take them to a better place physically and get them in shape, but also build up that self-confidence mentally and show them that, you can do this. You can achieve anything you put your mind to. And I'm here to walk you through that, as well as putting together a program that'll help us get there. Keep it individualized, keep it professional. This is my job. I don't want to have, this is not saying that I don't, but I don't want to have beers and hang out. Like, I look at this as a professional individual that is helping you tailor a program and keeping you accountable, to that program to reach your goals. I'm doing my 50%. I need you to do your 50%. It comes down to just putting credibility back into personal training and, not taking advantage of an individual, doing so. I'm not going to inbox you for dates. I'm not going to, inappropriately touch you while we're training. Like, that's not my thing. Like, I don't do that. And I think certain trainers that do that give this profession a bad name. It does, and it infuriates me, because when I see a client, I see it as, okay, I have them fill out information. I have them, track, calories and things like that for 2 weeks. I try to figure out, the best approach to getting them to reach their goal. The last thing on my mind is, oh, I can't wait to get a progress pic so I can take a look at this person. Like, you are dealing with such vital information with people. Like, that's very vulnerable. They're trusting you. And the last thing you want to do is be a creep about it. And I think when people do that, that affects trainers everywhere, because it puts out a bad stigma on the profession. And I know this is a heavier topic today, but it sucks sometimes that people will have a bad experience with a trainer, and then they just clump all of us together, and now our profession is looked at as creepy guys that just want to see pictures of you naked. Just the honest truth, man. I see it. I know what it is. So I just want to make just a quick video, just, when it comes to personal training. Myself and a lot of the trainers I work with are 100% professional in what we do. Listen, there may be times where you're performing an exercise and I will ask, hey, can I show you? And it's hand placement and showing you where you should feel it, not in a creepy way. You're trying to do, you want to be as professional as possible. I don't want to be, I would never want to be known as like the weird guy that inappropriately touches clients. Like that's disgusting. But there may be times where you have to hand placement or show somebody how to correct form or stuff like that. And there's a professional way of doing it, and there's a total creepy way of doing it. There's we have to understand in our profession, in order for our profession to be taken seriously, we have to be professionals at what we do and be professional with our clients.